Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and welcome to Overwatch Central. So it's another video with just me this time. I do want to address that a little bit actually. It's been a while since me and Miska have actually made a video together. Honestly, there's no real sort of reason. We're both pretty busy right now with sort of behind the scenes stuff for the channel, and it's easier for the both of us to just go off and make videos on our own at this point in time, as opposed to scripting stuff out and then sending audio to one another to sort of put in together. So that just kind of answers some of the questions that we've had, which are, why haven't you and Miska made a video in a while? Like, what's wrong with Mummy and Daddy? It's fine. It's completely fine. We just work a lot quicker and efficiently when we're sort of doing our own thing. But that's not to say that duo videos will be coming back fairly soon. We just need to get ahead, that's all. But anyway, in this sort of video, I do want to talk a little bit about some exciting things that may be coming up within the next month or so. Now, a lot of talk has been about sort of loot boxes, about the D.Va skin and the Genji skin that were in Heroes of the Storm, of course. And a lot of players been annoyed that they maybe have to play another game to get these skins, but also more console players not being able to actually get these skins if they can't play Heroes of the Storm on PC, if that makes sense. Now, there is a lot of speculation in this video. I'll try not to make it too much like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Pepe Sylvia. So I do want to go over the facts and what Jeff Kaplan has said to us so far. This post about skins being neglected for console players comes from Ghost Dog. It basically says, as I'm a console player, it's extremely frustrating for me and other players because we cannot get the cool skins like the Oni Genji and the new Officer D.Va because we can only play on console. And that players like him, there's absolutely no way that they can just jump onto a laptop and play Heroes of the Storm. Jeff Kaplan responds, we completely understand that there are some players who do not own or have access to a PC to play HOTS. Because of this, we plan to add both the Oni skin and the Officer D.Va skin to the normal base Overwatch loot boxes at some point in the future. Now, this ties on nicely to what we were saying before in a video where we were trying to guess what kind of content would come out when in summer, and we came to the conclusion that a new map is on its way imminently. I do want to say though that Jeff Kaplan the next day did say that we are expecting 3 maps a year, and honestly when it comes to that stuff, we're pretty good with nailing some of these predictions head on. Something that we did mention in that video is of course that there is a May spray from the Uprising of her beautifully wearing a Summer Games t-shirt, and this led some people to think that the next event might be the Summer Games again, considering it's coming up to a year since we've had our first event in the Overwatch universe. Now, back when the summer events first started, Jeff Kaplan made a pretty lengthy response to a lot of the criticism that the team got for having these exclusive loot boxes only being available. To quote, Jeff says, the games are on a yearly schedule, not a 4-year schedule. Our plan would be to have the items available again when the event reoccurs. Perhaps we add new content to it as well, we're not sure yet, we'll see what works and what doesn't. Now, to sort of sum up what I said in that video about that briefly, I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case. Not only is it kind of boring and plain from Blizzard's perspective to just do the same event again, but we also how much effort Blizzard put into the Uprising event, how much story, the brilliant game mode, and some of the great skins that we had, and that they obviously want to expand on the Overwatch universe by doing more stuff like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw less of the yearly celebrations like Halloween, Christmas, Chinese New Year. I think we're going to see less of those and more Overwatch story rich events in its place. Now, this goes on nicely to something that Jeff Kaplan said about the Uprising events, saying that we might someday make seasonal events available when the events are not running, but for now it's not a priority due to the technical challenge. We also do like keeping the events rare and special. This is more to do with the actual custom games, such as Drunkenstein's Revenge, Lucio Bolt and stuff like that, but it would make sense that he would be talking about skins here as well. There are a lot of skins now in Overwatch that are unable for people to get anymore simply because the events are over. But certainly what Jeff Kaplan said before about the Oni and D.Va skins being able to be put into the game when they're much less rare kind of coincides with what Jeff Kaplan's saying here, that he wants these events to keep being rare and special, but I'm sure there would be a cap on how long those skins would stay exclusive for until you could get them in other loot boxes. But the next thing I want to talk about is Overwatch's first birthday, which is the 24th of May, there or thereabouts a month's time. But the interesting thing is that Uprising ends on May the 2nd. Now, the shortest difference between two events was obviously Christmas and Year of the Rooster, where it was only 3 weeks. What I'm saying here is that it's only 3 weeks between the end of the Uprising event and Overwatch's first birthday. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that there's going to be an exclusive event for the first birthday of Overwatch, but it does line up nicely, and we have seen events come up quickly one after the other. I do think we're going to see something, simply because it's a big milestone for Blizzard, and it's been a crazy year to celebrate Overwatch. Now, what would be really nice to see is some of these exclusive event skins being put into these special loot boxes, I suppose, that people can actually now start to get those old skins again if they missed out on them. Maybe having the arcade absolutely full of Lucio Ball Drunkenstein's Revenge, and just being able to play all of these old game modes, and maybe even some rare skins of concept art and stuff like that, some really old concept art of Tracer, Reaper, stuff like that, maybe even from the Titan days. But as I said, this part gets very sort of speculative, but I do feel that with the sort of lineup between the end of Uprising and Overwatch's birthday being 3 weeks, there just might be a chance that we'll see something in-game to celebrate a full year of Overwatch being live. It would also add up with the whole fact that we're seeing the Summer Games coming back in some capacity, when I don't think that Overwatch are just going to do the Summer Games 2017. Not only is the Olympics not this year at all, but I think Blizzard constantly want to be making new skins instead of rehashing and recycling old ones to put out and get people to buy, because even then I think they'd find that morally questionable to an extent. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, but in conclusion, I do think that we may see stuff for Overwatch's first birthday that might be along the lines of some of these old event skins, these old rare skins coming up and being available. Jeff Kaplan has said that he wants to put the Oni and the Diva Heroes of the Storm skins into normal loot boxes, but this again might be thrown into these sort of special loot boxes, but there's nothing to suggest that these super loot boxes are coming anytime soon, if that makes sense. But I do think it's a really cool idea. But that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you expect. Do you expect to see anything for Overwatch's first birthday? Do you think that we're going to get some sort of old event loot boxes available at some point in the future? And how do you think that they're going to make these old skins, these old seasonal skins, available in the future as well? Do let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't done already. Really helps out the channel. And until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.